Ever wonder why people seem uneasy around you, though you're always polite, professional, even respectful? You do everything right. You show up on time, speak clearly, dress well. Yet something feels off. The room goes cold, the energy drops, and you can't explain why. It's not bad luck. It's not that they don't like you. It's something small. So small you don't even realize you're doing it. You think you're being courteous, showing professionalism and respect, but people subtly pull away. In conversations, they lean back instead of in. Meetings feel tense and mechanical. Invitations stop arriving. Promotions go to others, and you're left wondering, what did I do wrong? Most men believe etiquette is about fancy manners. Which fork to use, how to fold a napkin, how to sound sophisticated at dinner. But that's not real etiquette. Real etiquette is emotional intelligence in motion. It's about helping others feel at ease in your presence. When you violate those unseen rules, you make people uncomfortable without even realizing it. Small behaviors send loud signals. This person doesn't understand social awareness. This person doesn't read the room. And the worst part, no one tells you. They just quietly back away. You don't get invited to collaborate. You don't get introduced to key contacts. You don't get included in the next big opportunity. You just notice doors closing, softly, silently, and you never know why. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The fruit of this life is good character and acts for the common good." Etiquette, at its core, is respect in action. It's how your smallest gestures, your tone, your timing, your presence, reveal who you truly are far more than any words you speak about yourself. Today, we'll explore 10 etiquette rules men break without realizing it. The small yet powerful habits that quietly cost you respect, trust, and connection. And pay special attention to rule number 7, because nearly every man breaks it in professional settings, and it instantly exposes a lack of awareness to everyone in the room. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which rules you've been breaking, and more importantly, you'll understand why people have been pulling away despite your best intentions. If you've ever thought, "I'm doing everything right, so why don't people respect me?" This is the wake-up call you need. Subscribe for Stoic wisdom on building real character, and let's begin. Rule 1. You interrupt people constantly. You're in a conversation. Someone's speaking, and halfway through their sentence, you already know where they're going. So you jump in, finish their thought, cut them off mid-word. You think you're being sharp, engaged, enthusiastic, but you're not. You're being rude, and everyone notices, except you. Interrupting sends one message loud and clear. What I have to say matters more than what you're saying. It makes people feel unseen, dismissed, like their thoughts don't matter enough to finish. So they stop sharing. Because why bother if you're just going to talk over them? I watched this unfold in a meeting once. One man, full of energy and good intentions, kept jumping in, cutting people off mid-sentence, finishing their points for them. He thought he was showing teamwork. But over time, others stopped speaking altogether. Ideas dried up, not because they had none, but because they knew they wouldn't be heard. Eventually, someone pulled him aside. "You don't let people finish their thoughts." He was shocked. "I'm just being engaged," he said. But true engagement isn't waiting for your turn to speak. It's listening fully. When you interrupt, you're not listening. You're rehearsing your reply. And the moment you do, you lose more than the conversation. You lose respect. You see, most people don't realize they're not actually listening. They're just waiting, loading their next comment, while pretending to hear what's being said. Epictetus once taught, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we may listen twice as much as we speak." Interrupting completely destroys that balance. You do all the talking, none of the listening, and trust me, people notice. They stop opening up. They stop sharing ideas. Because deep down, they know you're not really hearing them anyway. You might nod, smile, even say right, but your mind's already drafting your next sentence. So how do you fix it? Start with this simple habit. Count to 3 after someone finishes speaking before you reply. Those 3 seconds force you to pause, to make sure they're truly done, not just stopping to think. And if you catch yourself cutting someone off mid-sentence, stop right there. Say calmly, "Sorry, please finish your thought." Then actually listen. It's a small correction that carries massive weight. Practice listening to understand, not listening to respond. The difference may sound subtle, but it's everything. When you truly listen, you're focused on their meaning, not your comeback. And that shift alone transforms how people feel around you. Because interrupting doesn't just seem impolite, it makes you appear self-centered, unaware, even arrogant. But what comes next is worse. Rule 2 isn't about words at all. It's about your physical presence and how it can make people deeply uncomfortable without you realizing it. Rule 2. You stand too close or touch people without permission. You're in a conversation, leaning in, trying to connect. Maybe you place a friendly hand on someone's shoulder, give a quick pat on their arm, or touch their back as you talk. You think you're being warm, approachable, showing connection, but the other person? They're subtly stepping back. Their body stiffens. They're creating space, and you don't even notice. Personal space matters more than most people realize. When you violate it, people feel an instant wave of discomfort, especially in professional settings, and especially with women. Standing too close or touching someone uninvited sends a silent but powerful message. This person doesn't understand boundaries. It makes people feel trapped, invaded, like they can't escape the interaction. So they start avoiding you entirely, not because they dislike you, but because they don't feel safe around you. We just saw how one small issue with personal hygiene can quietly destroy your reputation. The truth is, most people who struggle with it don't even realize there's a problem until someone finally tells them. This person thought their hygiene was fine. They worked out during lunch, came back to the office without showering, thinking no one would notice. But everyone did. They just didn't say anything. The silence in the office grew heavier each day. Side glances, shorter conversations, subtle avoidance. Until one day, someone had the courage to speak up, and everything changed. They started showering after workouts, taking extra care with their appearance. Within a week, the atmosphere shifted. People started including them in meetings again. Conversations returned to normal. All that isolation and lost opportunity caused by something completely fixable. That's the danger of hygiene. It's so simple to manage, yet so easy to overlook. Months of lost respect, all because of something you can solve in 10 minutes. Now let's talk about another hidden trap: cologne. If people can smell you from across the room, it's too much. Cologne should be discovered, not announced. 1 spray, maybe 2. That's it. Strong cologne doesn't make you memorable. It makes you overwhelming. It can trigger headaches, allergies, and quiet avoidance. People won't tell you they're uncomfortable. They'll just keep their distance. So when in doubt, skip the cologne altogether. Clean always beats overpowering. The basics still matter, more than you think. Shower before important meetings. Brush your teeth after meals when possible. Keep mints for close conversations. Use deodorant daily. Wear clean clothes. And if you work out during the day, always shower after. Never assume you smell fine. Because you can't tell, but everyone else can. You've adapted to your own scent, but others haven't. If you're not sure, ask a trusted friend to be brutally honest. Do I have any breath issues? Body odor? Too much cologne? Get the truth, then fix it. Your hygiene is something you can fully control. Don't let it quietly cost you respect and opportunity. If you've ever avoided someone because of their hygiene but never had the courage to tell them, take this as your reminder. Subscribe now, because the next 6 rules reveal even more subtle reputation killers you might be doing without realizing it. Rule 5. You're rude to service workers. How you treat waiters, baristas, cleaners, and retail staff says more about your character than how you treat your boss. Because these are people who can't do anything for you. Can't open doors, can't advance your career, can't give you status. So how you act when there's nothing to gain shows who you truly are. If you're rude to service workers, people notice, and they judge you for it harshly. Rudeness to service workers sends a very clear signal. You only respect people who can benefit you. You see others as beneath you. Your patience and kindness are conditional, transactional, and others watching this behavior think, if they treat that waiter like that, one day they'll treat me like that too. I once watched a business deal collapse over this exact behavior. At a dinner meeting, one man snapped his fingers at the waiter. No, please. No, thank you. Demanding and dismissive. Across the table, the other person said nothing at first. They simply observed. Days later, they declined the partnership. They told a mutual contact, I can never work with someone who treats people that way. If that's how they act when they think it doesn't matter, imagine how they act when it does. That's the truth. People are always watching how you treat those with no power over you. They use it as a test of character. Because someone who's kind only when it benefits them isn't kind at all. They're strategic. And eventually, when you're no longer useful to them, you'll feel that same disrespect yourself. The rule is simple. Treat service workers with the same respect you'd show a CEO. Please and thank you matter. Eye contact matters. A genuine smile matters. Patience when things go wrong, that matters most. Remember, these are hard-working people, not servants meant to absorb your frustration. Seneca once taught, treat your inferiors as you would be treated by your superiors, not because it benefits you, but because it reveals your character. We just heard Seneca's wisdom on how treating others reflects your true character. Marcus Aurelius lived by the same principle, not in words but in action. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor of Rome, practiced treating everyone with dignity, from senators to servants, no matter their position. He understood that respect wasn't a privilege. It was a reflection of one's own discipline. So the next time you interact with a waiter, a cashier, or a cleaner, pay attention to your tone, your patience, and your respect. Because someone is always watching, and they're silently deciding whether you're the kind of person worth knowing, worth trusting, worth recommending, based on how you treat people who can't do anything for you. How you treat service workers shows your real character. And that judgment follows you further than you realize. Rule 6. Your table manners need work. Now let's move from how you treat people to how you handle yourself. Because poor table manners say more about your awareness and self-control than you might think. You assume table manners don't matter in casual settings. You think chewing with your mouth open, talking with food in your mouth, or checking your phone during lunch is harmless. It's not. People notice. And whether they say it or not, they're judging you, your professionalism, your awareness, and your respect. Because if you're that unaware at a table, they wonder, what else aren't you aware of? Bad table manners signal a lack of composure. Mouth open while chewing, food visible as you talk, phone sitting on the table, reaching across people's plates, or starting before everyone's served. Each small act sends a subtle but powerful message. This person doesn't have self-awareness or restraint. And here's what most people forget. Meals are where relationships are built and deals are made. Mess that up, and you lose opportunities without ever realizing why. I once knew someone who lost a business partnership over lunch. It was a simple restaurant meeting, good atmosphere, good food, promising discussion. But the moment they started eating, everything shifted. They chewed with their mouth open, talked mid-bite, checked their phone between spoonfuls, completely oblivious. The person across the table grew increasingly uncomfortable. Eventually, they made an excuse to end the lunch early. Later, they told a colleague, "I can't work with someone who eats like that. If they're that unaware in public, I can't trust their judgment in business." That's the calculation people make, often without saying a word. Bad table manners equal bad judgment. Because if you can't control yourself enough to eat properly in a professional setting, how can you be trusted with something that truly matters? It sounds harsh, but that's exactly how people think. The good news? The basics are simple. Chew with your mouth closed. Swallow before speaking. Keep a napkin in your lap. And actually use it. Wait until everyone is served before you start eating. Put your phone away completely, not face down on the table, but out of sight. Don't reach across others, even in casual meals. Use utensils properly when they're provided. And remember, a professional meal is a business meeting that happens to include food. The meal isn't the point. The relationship is. Focus on the conversation, not your plate. Eat at a moderate pace. Order something mid-priced. Follow the other person's lead on formality. And yes, practice at home. Be conscious of how you eat. Notice yourself. Mouth closed. No talking with food. Napkin in place. These aren't arbitrary rules. They're small signals of who you are. They tell others you have discipline, awareness, and respect for details. They show that you can handle yourself gracefully in any setting. And remember this. No one ever lost an opportunity for being too polite at the table. But plenty have lost one for being careless. If you've ever felt your respect for someone drop instantly because of their table manners, you already know how powerful these impressions can be. Subscribe now, because the final 4 rules expose the silent etiquette mistakes that can quietly damage your professional reputation. Rule 7. You don't stand when someone joins or leaves the table. And this is one of the most forgotten gestures of respect today. We just ended with a forgotten gesture of respect, standing when someone arrives or leaves the table. And that small gesture? It matters far more than most people realize. When someone joins your table in a professional or formal setting, you stand. When someone leaves, you stand. It's especially important when greeting senior figures, or in traditional settings, when a woman joins or departs. It's a small, almost effortless act, but it communicates respect, awareness, and social intelligence. And when you don't do it, people notice, instantly. Not standing signals that you don't understand professional etiquette, that you lack polish, or that you're not yet ready for higher-level interactions. It's a tiny behavior, but it can silently cost you credibility, without you saying a single word. I once watched this happen at a formal business dinner. A senior executive arrived at the table. Everyone stood up to greet them, except one person. They remained seated, smiling awkwardly, while everyone else rose, shook hands, and exchanged greetings. The moment lasted only a few seconds, but it was enough. Throughout the dinner, the executive engaged warmly with everyone who had stood up. The one who didn't, barely acknowledged. They were polite, yes, but detached. By the end of the night, every meaningful conversation and opportunity went to someone else. Afterward, a colleague quietly explained, when you don't stand, you send a message that you don't understand professional environments. The executive noticed. Everyone noticed. And they made judgments about your readiness based on that one small moment. That's why it matters. Standing shows that you recognize hierarchy and respect. It shows awareness of social norms. It shows you're present and paying attention. Not standing, on the other hand, sends the opposite message, that you're either unaware or indifferent. And neither is good. So when should you stand? Here's the simple rule. At professional dinners, when anyone joins or leaves the table, when meeting someone for the first time, when a senior, elder, or respected figure arrives, in formal settings, when a woman leaves or returns to the table, and if you're unsure, stand. You will never be wrong for showing too much respect. The only real exception is in very casual settings among close peers, where everyone's clearly relaxed. But even then, standing to greet someone new always makes a positive impression. It's far better to stand and seem overly polite than to stay seated and seem careless. Practice this consciously. Be the first to stand, not the last. Stand fully and not halfway. Offer a handshake or greeting, make eye contact, then sit back down. Watch the body language of others. When they rise, that's your cue. This small action may seem minor, but it communicates volumes about who you are. It tells others that you understand unspoken rules, that you're socially aware, that you respect presence. Standing shows awareness. Not standing shows ignorance. And that brings us to Rule 8, another area where men often get it completely wrong. Rule 8. You don't make eye contact, or you hold it for too long. Eye contact is one of the most powerful social signals we use, and yet most people fail to strike the right balance. They either avoid it completely, looking down, glancing away, breaking contact constantly, or they hold it too long, turning confidence into intensity. Both extremes send the wrong message. Too little eye contact makes you seem nervous, disinterested, or untrustworthy. Too much makes you seem aggressive, intimidating, or unaware of boundaries. It's all about balance, and most men have no idea where that balance lies. Avoiding eye contact can make people feel like you're hiding something or that you simply don't care. Constant staring, on the other hand, feels like an invasion. It makes people uncomfortable. And discomfort kills connection, trust, and opportunity faster than anything else. I've seen both extremes destroy professional relationships. One person avoided all eye contact, looking at the floor, their notes, their hands, anywhere but the person speaking. They came across as distant, anxious, and untrustworthy, like they were hiding something or just waiting for the conversation to end. Gradually, people stopped engaging with them altogether, because lack of eye contact feels like lack of interest. And then, there was the opposite extreme. We just saw how avoiding or overdoing eye contact can both destroy connection. And for some men, the mistake isn't lack of confidence, it's too much intensity. Some people maintain unbroken eye contact, never looking away. Their gaze is sharp, unblinking, so constant it feels like a spotlight. At first it seems confident, but within seconds it turns uncomfortable. People begin to feel tense, like they're being interrogated or challenged. The conversation becomes heavy, suffocating. Soon they end it early, not because they're done talking, but because they need to escape the pressure. Both extremes, avoiding and overdoing eye contact, have the same outcome: lost opportunities. And the worst part? Neither side ever realizes that eye contact was the real problem. So what's the balance? Here's how to master it. When someone's speaking, hold eye contact. It shows you're listening, focused, and engaged. When you need to think or transition thoughts, look away briefly. That natural pause breaks the intensity. Then, when you're making a key point, return to eye contact. This rhythm feels genuine, balanced, and respectful. In group settings, make eye contact with each person as you speak. It keeps everyone included and signals confidence without dominance. Remember, too little eye contact makes you seem weak, dishonest, or detached. Too much makes you seem aggressive or socially unaware. Balance is what conveys confidence, honesty, and emotional intelligence. Practice this consciously in your daily conversations. When listening, maintain eye contact. When processing or thinking, and glance away briefly. When responding, come back to it. Try this simple rhythm. Count to 5 while holding eye contact. Then give a brief, natural look away and return. Watch people who seem naturally charismatic or comfortable in conversations. Notice their rhythm. Their eye contact isn't fixed, it's fluid. It moves like breathing, steady, calm, natural. If direct eye contact still feels uncomfortable, here's a subtle trick. Look at the bridge of their nose instead. They won't notice the difference, but you'll appear engaged and confident. This simple balance in eye contact communicates volumes about your social awareness. It shows you understand the flow of human connection. When to hold, when to ease, when to listen. And that awareness brings us to the next principle of respect. One that costs people opportunities every single day without them realizing it. Rule 9. You're consistently late. You think being 5 or 10 minutes late isn't a big deal. Everyone's busy, right? People will understand. They don't. Every time you show up late, you're silently saying, "My time is more valuable than yours. You can wait for me." And people hear that message loud and clear. Even if you never say the words, they won't confront you about it. They'll just stop inviting you instead. Being consistently late doesn't just look careless. It signals disrespect, poor planning, and unreliability. It tells others you don't value their time, that you can't manage your own, and that your commitments aren't really commitments. People decide whether to work with you, trust you, or include you, based on whether you show up when you said you would. I knew someone who was always 10-15 minutes late to everything. He thought it wasn't a big deal, just running behind, busy schedule, everyone understands. But gradually, things changed. Meetings were scheduled without him. Invitations stopped coming. Finally, someone told him directly, "You're always late? It's disrespectful. We're tired of waiting for you." He was shocked. "It's just 10 minutes, he said. But those 10 minutes, every single time, meant others waiting. Schedules thrown off, time wasted, meetings delayed because of one person. After months of this, people quietly decided it's easier to exclude him than deal with his lateness. Here's what chronic lateness really communicates. You don't plan well, you don't respect commitments, you think your time matters more than others, you're unreliable. Those are messages you never intend to send, but you send them every time you show up late. Marcus Aurelius practiced precision and discipline in every aspect of life. For him, punctuality was respect in action. And Seneca wrote that time is the one resource we can never get back. When you waste someone else's time by being late, you're stealing something they can never recover. The fix is simple and powerful. Plan to arrive 10 minutes early. If you know you'll be late, text immediately, not when you're already supposed to be there. And when you arrive, offer a brief, sincere apology. "Sorry I'm late." No long explanations. No excuses. Just accountability. Because every time you show up on time, you're saying something powerful without words. I respect you. I respect your time. I keep my word. We just talked about punctuality, how being consistently late quietly destroys your reputation. And here's the truth. If you want to earn real respect, you must stop treating lateness as a habit. Because in the professional world, there's a saying that never fails. Early is on time. On time is late. Late is unacceptable. Every time you show up late, even by a few minutes, you chip away at the trust people have in you. But now, let's move to the final rule. One that most men completely overlook. Rule 10. You don't say thank you or follow up. Someone helps you. They make an introduction, give you their time, offer advice, or take you out to dinner. You say thank you in person and think that's enough. It's not follow-up matters. A text, an email, a short message afterward. Something that shows you remember and appreciate their effort. Because when you don't follow up, what you're really saying is, I took what I needed and moved on. People feel that. They remember it, and they stop helping you, not because they're petty, but because you showed them that their effort didn't matter to you. Failing to follow up doesn't just look forgetful, it signals something deeper, that you take people for granted, that you're not thoughtful, that once you've gotten what you wanted, people stop mattering, and that small oversight costs you more than you think. Relationships, opportunities, and future help that you'll never even know you lost. I once knew someone who was introduced to a powerful contact through a mutual friend. The meeting went well. They got what they needed, made the connection, gained value. But afterward, they never followed up. Not a single text, not even a thank you. Months later, they needed another introduction from that same friend. The friend refused. "You never even thanked me for the last one," they said. "Why would I help you again?" The person was shocked. "But I thanked you at the time," they protested. "Yes," the friend replied, "in person." But that was it. No follow-up. No message afterward. That silence made the friend feel used, like their kindness was taken for granted. So they decided not to put effort into helping someone who couldn't take 30 seconds to send a simple thank you note. Here's when and how to follow up properly. After a job interview. Within 24 hours. After a business meeting, the same day or by the next day. After someone introduces you to a contact, send a thank you right after that meeting happens. After dinner at someone's home, the next day, after receiving a gift, immediately, don't wait, don't forget, send the thank you while it's still fresh. It doesn't need to be long or elaborate, and it just needs to be sincere. A short message like, "Thank you for your time today. I really appreciated learning about specific topic." Or, "Thank you for making that introduction. The conversation was incredibly valuable." Be specific about what you're grateful for. Be genuine. That's all it takes. This small habit builds a reputation that follows you everywhere. The reputation of someone who is gracious, thoughtful, and aware. People want to help those who show gratitude, and they quietly stop helping those who don't. Your follow-up thank you determines whether people help you once or keep helping you again and again. Marcus Aurelius practiced daily gratitude. Not just feeling thankful, but expressing it. That expression is what strengthens relationships, opens doors, and earns lifelong respect. So don't skip it. These are the 10 etiquette rules men break without realizing it. Don't interrupt. Respect. Physical space. Put your phone away. Keep good. Hygiene. Respect service workers. Mind your table manners. Stand when appropriate. Balance your eye contact. Be on time. Say thank you. And follow up, subscribe. Now to keep building your character through Stoic wisdom. And to earn real respect through action. These aren't arbitrary rules. They're respect in motion. Small, everyday behaviors that reveal who you truly are. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The fruit of this life is good character and acts for the common good." How you treat others in small, quiet moments will determine how they treat you in the moments that matter most. So pick one rule you break most often. Focus on fixing that one this week. Pay attention to how people respond differently. Then add another, because etiquette isn't learned overnight. It's built through daily awareness and consistent practice. Your character shows in the smallest details. Fix them, refine them, and above all, stay stoic.